Hello, writers. Welcome to this week's Writer's Toolshed for your sentence templates. Sentence templates are where we follow a model sentence and use it as something that will teach us and guide us in writing more rich and beautiful sentences. Template number 15. The arrowhead, which I found beside the river, was glittering and pointed, from Mary Oliver's poem, The Arrowhead. What is the purpose for this kind of structure? The arrowhead, which I found beside the river. So this insertion here, this extra information between the two commas, gives background about the subject, which is the arrowhead. If we didn't have these commas with the extra information, we would just think it's any arrowhead. But now we know it's the one that I found beside the river. And if we look at the structural breakdown, the key here is these two called parenthetical commas. There's one that's opened and you put the phrase inside and then it closes it up. And they're right between the main subject and the verb. We could get rid of the entire phrase within the commas and the sentence would be completely correct. The arrowhead was glittering and pointed. But because of those commas, they can stick in this entire extra phrase and the sentence still is correct. So let's compare the difference. The arrowhead, which I found beside the river, was glittering and pointed. If we didn't have it, it would just say the arrowhead was glittering and pointed, and there would be less. But there's another way, and this is the most common in student writing. I found the arrowhead beside the river. It was glittering and pointed. And so this is also correct to put it in two separate sentences, but we're going to talk about why that's less effective. Because if you continue the story this way, like this is the most normal kind of sentence that you can write, where you have the subject and then you have the verb and then you have the next part after the verb. But if you have every sentence this way, it sounds a little bit choppy. It sounds a little bit not as smooth as it could be. We could keep going, right? I picked it up. It shone in the light. It was black. It was sharp. And so that kind of sentence structure doesn't make your paragraph as beautiful or as rich as it could be. So what we're going to do is we're going to practice taking some simple sentences of normal sentence structure and combine them according to this template to make a richer sentence. So let's look at example combination. The curtains were unfortunately caught in the fire. They were black and full of holes. So we have these two sentences that have that subject verb sentence structure. The curtains were caught in the fire. They were black and full of holes. And so let's try and combine them according to the template. So I'm going to use my subject, the curtains. I'm going to start that first opening comma that allows me to insert a phrase. Which curtains are we talking about here? The ones that were unfortunately caught in the fire. Now I'm going to close my comma, so to close the parenthetical phrase, and then I can use the main verb of my sentence. The curtains were black and full of holes. And if you notice, we have that same structure as in the template sentence with those two parenthetical commas and the subject, the verb, and then describing the verb. Let's do one more. I had picked up the champagne glass to make a toast. It sparkled in the light. This one is a little bit trickier because we have to switch some word order. Because if I just started with the same subject, I, who had picked up the champagne glass to make a toast, sparkled in the light. Wait a second. Now we're saying I'm the one who sparkled in the light, but that's not correct. It's the champagne glass that's supposed to sparkle in the light. So let's start over. So now I need to put the champagne glass as the main subject. And so which champagne glass is it? The one I had picked up. And now I close the comma, the champagne glass which I had picked up to make a toast. I close the comma here, and now I can finish the sentence. Sparkled in the light. Oh, okay, that makes sense. The champagne glass is the one sparkling in the light, not me. And so you give it a try on your homework. You're going to combine the sentence pairs to imitate the template sentence, add in the Writer's Toolshed word, in the appropriate place, wherever you think it goes best. And it can be in any part of the sentence, and it gives you which word you're supposed to use for each question.